Hello, Dev people. Welcome again to DevCast, a new episode today that we are recording together with Adrian Tarina. Adrian is our guest today, and we are talking about fintechs, and we'll explore some things about the products and some technologies in the background. So we'll find out more about the backbone of fintech today. I have some questions noted here together with Adrian that we've selected and we found it relevant for the dev community. So, but before, Adrian, thank you for joining us. And I would like to mention that you are tech lead at HEL Tech Financial Services, Romania. And a short bio about you is that you are designing and implementing a highly performant, scalable, and available and secure payment integration solution. So I remind you that today we'll be talking about how is banking industry keeping up with fintechs. So it's really relevant for this transformation that we are going through, as banking as we know it would not be the same. Right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So let's see. Our first part, as we discussed before, will be on focused on the product, and then we'll talk a little more about the technology because our dev community likes to find out what are the technologies behind. So we'll explore that as well. But before, Adrian, let me know something about you, your role in HEL. Let's talk about what are you doing there.
Okay, so first of all, I have 17 years of experience with software development.
Oh, that's a lot.
And 7 years as a technical lead. And I would say that I'm motivated about understanding both the business and technical aspects of a product.
As a leader should do.
Yeah.
Also have the business part and also the technical part as well.
Indeed. And I think that any engineer should understand both parts in order to better leverage their skills and deliver better value for the product.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I would say that currently I work for HCL, where I did have this opportunity. I worked for two projects, a fintech project integrating with banks and a bank integrating with a fintech solution in the payments area. And both clients were very transparent, and I was able to fully understand their need and how the product works.
That's interesting, and we'll explore this in our discussion today.
Okay.
So, first of all, what users expect from these financial solutions? Because we want to enjoy our banking experience, so what are the expectations?
I would first like to bring up a study from Deloitte that is saying that customers no longer view businesses within industries, and their expectations are now compared to top performers from any industry. So there are a lot of tech companies doing a lot of innovation in the user experience area, and now customers want a lot from any industry.
Yeah, okay, good point.
And as for the banking industry, they expect fast services. They expect a lot of flexibility and accessibility. They would like to use their mobile
for everything.
For everything, yes. But not only, they would like other channels as well. And also they want personalized services. They don't want to investigate themselves what products to use. They want to be integrated in their workflows and also be very intuitive. Obviously, there's a separate topic that may have its own podcast, and that is the face-to-face interaction and support offering by banks. But for the digital journeys, I think we can focus only on the ones that I mentioned.
Okay. So now let's talk about some innovative solutions introduced by the fintech and how our traditional banks respond to these innovations.
So I would say that in the last few years, the most innovative parts in the banking industry are some instant payment solutions. And there's a new directive from the European Union, and it was also continued in other countries, which is called open banking, where banks have to share their data about their customers, obviously, when the customer requested this.
Yeah, it is requesting.
And
okay.
they need to share it with third parties. And this opens up possibly different possibilities for innovation.
Okay.
I would first like to dive deep into the instant payment solutions.
Okay.
This answers quite a few customer expectations. So first of all, instant payments in the banking industry called real-time payments have been around for quite a while now, but they had some slow adoption. And they only answered the speed part so far. They were executed almost instantly, like 30 seconds, I think it was the
so there
interval.
is more. It's not only about the speed that you react to the instant payment. So the definition should be it's instant. So
yes.
There is more.
They are almost instant because they need to run a lot of validations,
okay,
anti-money laundering rules and fraud detection and stuff.
You see, there are also privacy tech areas introduced in this. Not only this is the payment and I should take it for granted and access it.
So what I forgot to mention is that when discussing real-time payments, it's about transfers between banks, not within a single bank.
Okay, correct.
And I would say that they had slow adoptions due to fragmented payments market. And that's one of the problems. And the second problem is that they only answer to the speed expectations, not accessibility and other parts.
Mm-hmm.
And my last project within HCL was about implementing an innovative instant payment solution. First of all, it focuses on the customer receiving money instantly. The other existing solution was focusing on both banks and customers doing instant settlement, while this one doesn't have this constraint. Customers need to be settled instantly, but banks can use existing channels, whether instant or that have a later settlement time. This is not a constraint, as I said.
Okay, that's interesting.
And the second part is that it provides a lot of accessibility. It was first designed for e-commerce. So, for example, a user would want to buy something, would go to the checkout, and they will be taken to a payment link. And you would say, okay, that's what happens for a long time. But what these solutions differs from normal credit card payments, this can be also done cardless, because this payment link allows you either scanning a QR code or selecting a bank, which will open the internet banking application. And the user would only need to authorize the payment from there without entering any details of the payment, any IBAN or anything. And this solution went even further, and now it applies to different companies issuing bills with payment links or even to the person-to-person transfers.
It's easier now.
Yeah, so I think this solution answers flexibility and accessibility. And if you think about businesses, they have some kind of personalized service. Although they already had like credit card payments, this is an alternate solution and it's innovative. Credit card companies didn't have competition for a very long time, and they have higher fees. And now this competition may reduce cost as well.
Yeah.
I would quickly want to go through this because this instant payment solution relies on collaboration between banks.
Okay, that was my curiosity as well. What's the collaboration between banks and fintechs?
Yes, so there are multiple instant payment solutions developed by fintechs usually, and banks integrate with them. But I would say that it's a closed environment. For example, I've been working for the Netherlands market. I had to integrate this solution for a top bank from the Netherlands, but you cannot access this solution when it comes to transfers to foreign banks, for example.
Okay.
There is a similar initiative already implemented in India, for example, and a few other countries from Europe. But now what the European Union wants to do is to unify the market as they did with real-time payments in the past, and want to create what is called European Payment Initiative, where this would work for all banks from the European Union. And they want to take it even further to create wallets for cardless payments. And this will enable also the in-store payments, not only online payments.
Wow, that would be interesting. Okay.
Yes. And
if I may, can I ask what's the expectation of time? In how many years should we expect this evolution, or how would...
It's very hard to say. They already did a first attempt to. They actually did a successful attempt of transferring money using this payment method between a bank from Germany and one from France.
Okay.
But it takes longer to fully integrate with the banks, and it will have two stages. One where the core European countries, so to say, like Germany, France, Netherlands, Belgium, I'm not sure if Italy will join, and then the rest of European countries.
Okay. Thank you. So if we can go forward and talk more about the technologies, should we talk about our banks, how are banks leveraging technologies to reach their goals?
Well, I would first start with the way of working. When I joined HCL, I didn't have an experience in the banking industry, and I have some misconceptions. I thought that they are slow to do anything. They have high bureaucracy, and yeah, they do have high bureaucracy, but they became much more agile. They use Scrum methodologies or other agile methodologies. They have small teams working on different initiatives, like 10, 15 people. And I was surprised to see that both clients and consulting companies, and by consulting companies, I only have the experience with HCL, but I've worked in 2 different projects. They are very transparent and provide you with a lot of ownership and expect you to take full ownership and deliver a solution, not to code.
Okay.
And also by being transparent and including you in a lot of strategic discussions and having a lot of frameworks, they have a innovation culture. At HCL, for example, we have some innovation labs where we do meetups to speed up development in critical stages of the product, and we have access to different kind of tools and to obviously to experts in the fields. And also clients, even though we were a consulting company, they were optionally including us in UX days and hackathons, and yeah, that's great.
Okay, so basically the teams inside HCL are joining these innovation labs, and you're organizing everything internally only, or you're going also...
It can be a collaboration between clients and our teams, and we have access to people who have experience in that particular field. For example, in the previous project, we had an innovation lab for cloud technologies because we wanted to help the client transition to cloud. And another one was for the payments area to find innovative solutions to integrate with multiple payment systems.
Okay.
As for the technology, I would say that I was surprised to see that they are using the latest technologies. They have microservice architecture. You cannot have such large systems without that. But some have deployments in cloud, other have deployments on premises, but both use heavily cloud-related technologies, like they have containerized applications orchestrated by Kubernetes. They have tools for writing infrastructure as code. They use CI/CD, continuous integration and deployment tools. And yeah, I think they are doing a good job here.
For example, your team, being a tech lead, you have a team of how many people? 10, 15 or more?
Yeah, around 10, yes.
Okay, so your people, your team, what kind of expertise they have or should?
In one of the cases, we had like more focused expertise for different areas.
Okay.
Like we had someone working on the data. We had a big data project. And others working on the microservices, Java microservices.
Okay.
And yeah, each one with his expertise.
Okay.
On the second project, however, it was really interesting. My first experience with this. Everybody was full stack developers, but not only front end and back end, what full stack usually means. Also DevOps and maintaining the application in the production and monitoring it and everything, and also testing. So in the previous project, we had a QA team, and here we were responsible from end to end. Okay. Each developer had...
So the whole project, the whole product.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end. Oh, that's great. You have the chance to see the final piece.
Yes, and obviously when we had to design like the security part, we discussed with network and infrastructure architects.
Okay.
And there were teams like doing penetration testing, and we got good results from the penetration testing. So we didn't have to discuss with them further.
Okay.
But so they have also some specialized teams, but you would coordinate only with them. And actually, the infrastructure implementation was also done by them. But usually when it comes to like common operations, we were the ones operating them.
Okay. Can you also provide some examples about some more examples, let's say, so how banking is keeping up with fintech? If there is something else to say or to add about.
So first of all, I want to mention that maybe I'm a little biased because at HCL we have a few HCL Romania. We have a few banking clients, all top European banks that invest a lot in technologies. I would say that banking industry is definitely keeping up and using the latest technologies and are very agile. But as I said, maybe not all of it. And fintechs are even more agile, I would say, and more innovative. But they do have to understand banks and their regulations. They have to follow,
collaborate together,
and security measures and everything. And they need to incorporate some of those into their business in order for banks to collaborate with them.
Okay.
And I think they are doing that. My first project was a fintech developing a solution to integrate banks with multiple payment systems. As I mentioned, the real-time payments, and not only real-time payments, is a very fragmented payment market, and they have to support multiple standards, connect to multiple entities to perform cross-border, not only cross-border interbank transfers, but cross-borders are the more complex ones.
Yeah, because they
it involves also currencies and
time, and
they sometimes need to use corresponding banks. Maybe you're familiar with that. And it's very it has a very high complexity, and this fintech had to create easy to use interface for banks to integrate.
Yes.
And in the back they were doing integrations for all these for multiple, not all of these payment systems.
Okay.
And they had like a major upgrade to transition to cloud and to improve their go live with a bank, with a contract, with because basically there are a lot of regulations, and this company did take into consideration that, for example, they need to. Did you know that moving data from one country to another country it's considered an export?
Wow!
And there are a lot of regulations in that area, and not only, so they had to comply and build silos for each bank, and the old solution was taking too long to integrate with the bank.
Wow.
So they were supposed to help bank integrate with the payments systems, but it was very hard to integrate with them. So that's what we worked on to improve this part.
Okay.
And the second project, I was working for the bank integration with a fintech payment solution, Ideal, from the Netherlands, as I mentioned before. And I think the fintech came with the innovation, and the bank integrated nicely with it. And they took it even further to adapt it, as I mentioned, to the person-to-person transfers, not only the originally intended channel, which was e-commerce.
Okay. So if we are addressing to the dev community, I'm sure many of them are either specialists or looking to be in the fintech's world. What will be a message for them? What to keep, what to learn, or maybe what to improve?
So I would say that banks focus a lot on everything that is related to performance, delivering performant, highly available, resilient, secure solutions. And they expect that from the fintech industry as well. And as I said, they are converging to a point of where they can easily integrate
and innovate together.
Yeah. And a lot of agility and flexibility is required. There are a lot of innovations to come. I was mentioning open banking. There are a lot of innovations ahead, and a lot of future integrations probably required, and will probably require a large set of skills too.
Yeah, as you said before, you need to be also full stack, have business overview, and be flexible to work with multiple teams in order to have the all product assistance. Okay. So thank you, Adrian, for joining us in DevCast
Thank
series.
you for inviting me.
It was really helpful for me to find out more about the projects you work in. So for those at home, I hope you enjoy our episode, and see you next time.